Hi, everyone, and welcome to the first session of AI and e-commerce applied. I'm Anna. I'm a product marketing manager here at Pixyle.ai, and I will be guiding you through today's sessions. While we're waiting for more people to join and while everyone is joining, I have a little challenge for our audience. Please write down in the comments where are you joining us from. We are here in our beautiful Stip office in Macedonia, but we also have team members who are watching us from Amsterdam in the Netherlands. So yeah, it would be really great to see where everyone is right now. Yeah. Okay, now that we have the green light from our team that everything is technically set and we're live, once again, I can officially start. I'm Anna. I'm the product marketing manager here at Pixyle.ai, and I will be moderating today's session. Hello and welcome to everyone. This is the first session of AI and e-commerce applied, and we're very excited for it because this is a practical spin on our AI and e-commerce talk sessions. If you joined our previous talk sessions, you already heard some insightful conversation with industry experts about trends, case studies, and results from fashion brands and retailers who are using AI. This format will be a bit different. Here we will see AI in action. In today's session, we will be talking about broken product data. What is it? How can it affect your e-commerce performance and growth? And more importantly, how can you fix it with the help of AI? And yes, successfully manage it. If you have any questions, we will have a Q&A session in the end, but feel free to comment during the session at whatever time you like or when a question comes up. If you have joined our talk sessions, you probably already know Svetlana, but for those of you who don't know her, she is the founder and CEO of Pixyle.ai, and she is the heart behind our AI technology. Svetlana, for the people who don't know you, please introduce yourself.
Thanks, Anna. Thanks for the lovely welcome. And indeed, this is our first time format like this, and I'm really excited. We usually have guests, but now it's us showing to everyone what we do and how they can fix their data. As you said, I'm the founder and CEO of Pixel AI. I have a background in artificial intelligence, so I did a PhD in AI at the University of Amsterdam. And at the same time, while I was working on this technology with artificial intelligence, I was guilty of being a very passionate online shopper myself. And then I knew that this technology that AI can process images, can generate data from the images, can tag them, can also be applied to fashion. And I was wondering why always the filters and the search on e-commerce sites were not performing that well. And I knew that AI can help with improving the data and improving all the search experience. So I founded Pixel. This was 7.5 years ago, and since then we're helping a lot of brands, retailers improve their product data with automation of AI and processing of images.
Yes. Thank you, Svetlana. I think we're all guilty of shopping online, so to have someone who can fix those problems is really helpful for every online shopper who is shopping religiously. So thanks a lot. Now that everyone has met you, let's get into the topic that we are here to talk about. We all know that product data is essential for e-commerce, and but let's zoom in more on what happens when that product data is broken and it affects the e-commerce store performance. Let's start with the customer experience. Imagine, for example, a shopper finds dress that they like on Instagram and they want to shop it online. They go to your e-commerce store, they look through the filters, maybe see the category, the color, or something similar, but they don't find anything. Then they go into the search, maybe search linen summer dress with puff sleeves, and nothing comes up. This is a real problem for a lot of e-commerce brands and retailers. So can you elaborate a bit more on that, what our clients have seen and faced as a problem?
Yes, that's exactly. When you start with the customer experience, and this is how Pixel is also born, you see that basically searching and finding products online it is difficult. It affects and then it directly affects the sales. So what we've seen with a lot of brands and retailers that we work with, the reason why there are so little filtering options or not so many rich data points is because actually inputting this data takes a lot of time. So we've seen teams that have brands usually have internal teams that work with this product data. They type it in, and we can understand that it's not a very easy job to do. So you need to sit down and type in all the data. So what actually happens is that you don't type in so much. So for example, we've seen that a lot of brands and retailers have really the basic data points that are crucial to have, and that is the category, of course. What is the category? Then what is the color? Maybe the length of the dress. But they don't go into a lot of details like, okay, maybe there's the length of the sleeves, but is it puff sleeves? Is it flare sleeves? Like what are the details that make a fashion product be what it is? And all these details are actually data points that consumers after come in and search. I still remember one client when they came and said to us, "I can't believe we sold all the flared jackets and all flared jeans on our e-commerce." And that's because I don't know, Beyonce had a music video that was wearing like a flared jacket, and basically they sold out for the weekend. They said, "Thank God that we had your attributes, right? Because otherwise somebody would come and type in a search item. Maybe I know Meghan Markle came out with a puff sleeve dress that was really beautiful, and then you don't have this data point, and you're missing on sales." But the reason why you don't have it, because, and we understand, it's very difficult to go into all the details, into all the trends, and input these data points for the e-commerce teams so that then the product data is discoverable. So it all starts with the time and effort that the teams have to put in. And we all know that the time is the most expensive thing for all of us. And then what we see as a second problem is that basically inputting data and the teams that input the data, there is a very high turnover of employees doing so. And what we when we talk with e-commerce managers, they say, okay, this is not a very attractive job position, right? You need to sit down and type in data. We actually had a breakfast briefing in London 2 weeks ago, and what they shared is that basically they employ juniors and basically students that come out of universities. They give you some nice fashion degree, and then they come in, and the first job that they get is typing in product data. That is attributes, that is titles, that is descriptions. So basically, they do it for a year or more, but then they wanna move up, right? And so there is a very high employee turnover because this is not a very attractive job. And basically, when new people come in, then they need to be trained again on what kind of data points they need to enter, what is the tone of voice, and all this takes time from the management, but it also affects. And what is really interesting, what we see is that the product data, which is so crucial for the e-commerce shop to run, for your recommendation system to run, for search engine, for SEO, because it's a tedious, boring job. It's actually given to in the hands of the junior employees. And then what happens is that this data is not always correct, is not always consistent, and then it affects the complete tech stack because this data goes into the PIM system, into the ERP, into the e-commerce system, the search engines that have either Algolia or any other. Then it affects the search engine optimization of Google or now in ChatGPT. A lot of people are searching also on ChatGPT, so it affects everything on your e-commerce. But there's not so much effort and not so much direction put into this because it is indeed tedious job. And what we've seen is actually when we talk with people, these are actually jobs that AI should kind of
Yeah.
take it to help employees become more efficient, to enjoy in the work that they're doing, to have, let's say, AI do the all hard work, and then they can just check in the data, they can just do the final touch, right? But not start from scratch.
Yeah, yeah. So, and basically, if even if you have the product on your website, if your shoppers can't find it, they can buy it, and this is a real big problem. And now I think we have a lot of e-commerce specialists in our audience, and I would like to ask them a question. If you had to explain your current product data processes internally in only one word, what word would it be? Maybe messy, maybe clean, maybe manual, automatic. Uh, maybe creative, maybe for some of them even boring. So this is a really big problem. It's not a back office problem anymore. It's real critical conversion point. And if your product data is broken and your customers can't find your products, and ultimately you're losing sales and conversions. Yeah.
So when shoppers come to your online store, they can find the data. They type in keywords. I think you used a really nice phrase. Or they're going to a wedding. They type in flowery, V-neck dress, Midland, maybe oversized because somebody wants, that kind of style. And when you put all these keywords, if you don't have it associated with your products, they won't show up. They won't show up in your e-commerce stores. You won't have this if you won't have these filters. They won't show up. Somebody searches on Google or ChatGPT, so it goes down. Product data is directly connected to sales, which ultimately is the most
Yeah.
important thing, right, for every
Yeah.
brand business.
And with a lot of trends and social media booming, TikTok, Instagram, a lot of new fashion trends, maybe, I don't know, office core, Euro summer, and everyone is searching those keywords. And if your products don't appear for those keywords, you're losing a lot of customers. So the challenges are really clear. They show up everywhere, from search filtering to ultimately the sales and the conversions. But let's focus on the positive thing. How can we fix this? How can AI help us fix this? And what makes Pixel's approach different from the other tools?
Yeah, that's a great question. So I would start with what makes Pixel different from the other tools, and I would say that is our complete focus and determination to build the best product data enrichment platform there is, specifically for fashion. So we are very focused on fashion, and when I talk about fashion, we talk about apparel, accessories, shoes, jewelry. So everything that is connected with fashion, we specialize in creating product data with AI. How does AI work? It works by processing the images. So it can process the image, go to the pixels of the image, and understand what kind of product is in the image. It starts with the category. Is it a dress? Is it shoes? Is it a necklace? And then it goes down to creating a lot of detailed attributes for it. And that is what is the color, the pattern, style, occasion, neckline type, sleeve length type, fit, a lot of attribute inspiration, occasion where you can wear. So all these attributes our AI can generate from the image with a very big specified taxonomy, and then it can also generate all the other additional product data like the title, the description, a lot of metadata tags like optimized site search tags or SEO tags. And all this data we can also automatically translate into different languages for specific regions. So basically, all product data that you need for your e-commerce store, for your internal system, Pixel AI can generate automatically with AI. And we build a platform. I will show the demo in a bit. We build a platform where you can see all this data that AI generates, so that your teams can have control over okay, what is generated, is the tone of voice right, is it the right wording, and in time correct, and in time the AI gets better. And we've seen teams that after a while they just rely completely even on the AI. They don't even need to do a double check because it learns in time how the tone of voice should be, what the exact attributes should be associated with the right images, so on.
Yes, and you also mentioned the taxonomy. What we have seen with that different attributes need to be structured differently for different brands, and this is kind of complicated at times. Can you elaborate a little bit more on that?
Well, that's a great topic because the taxonomy is so important for every brand. And that is because every brand has different types of collections, have different types of products they are selling online. So in a way, they need to have a different taxonomy and structure of the categories. And also every brand has its own image, right? They have their own image, how they want to be perceived by their customer. They have their own tone of voice, how they want to say things. So it's so important that the AI is adapted to every brand differently. And when we talk about taxonomy, you first start with the categories. So the dress, the pants, shirts, first you start with the category and then you go deeper into the attributes for this category. Like for example, the dress might have V-neck neckline types, sleeve length types, fit types, dress length. So a lot of attributes connected with the dress. And then pants will have different types of attributes. That will be the bottoms fit, the rise, high rise, mid rise. And so basically this type of attributes connected with different categories are what is building the taxonomy. And can you imagine, like, if we're talking about apparel, then we have clients as underwear brands. Underwear has completely different taxonomy and completely different structure of the categories of what attributes should be there. And this taxonomy is deeply engraved with every brand that we work with because they usually have already their e-commerce store. They have their internal ERP systems. They have the way of how the data is being structured. So, and also going back to the point how Pixel is different, we can actually adapt the AI to every brand's taxonomy, to every brand's tone of voice. So they keep the image, and AI is here to help, not generalize,
Yeah.
of course.
And that is really important because you get the structured data, but also keep your brand tone of voice, and it's fitted to your brand's needs. Yeah.
Yes. One point to add is that also every brand has different target audience, different set of customers they're serving. Is it Gen Z, millennials? Is it what kind of style? Is it punk? Is it elegant? So it's different type of customers. And when you have different type of customers, you also need to adapt your
Yeah.
data to the searches of your customers. Are they searching for elegant, silky, this kind of keywords, or they're searching for more Gen Z
Yeah.
keywords? So basically, what we do at Pixel, because we're so engraved into the data and how the data enrichment should go, we also take the keywords of what your customers are searching for, whether that is coming from your own search engine, whether it's coming from Google Analytics. We take those and we engrave them into the AI settings for your specific brand.
Yes, thank you for breaking that down. Now, I would like to go even a step further. I would love for everyone to see our demo live, and see what Pixel can do in action. Can you please show us that step by step?
So now share the screen. Can everybody see the screen? Just type in yes or no, just to know that I can start. Okay.
I think we're good.
We're good?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, we can start. Okay, so what you see here first is a list of collection. So as you know, every brand has different types, different collections with different season, and basically, the first thing that you can see is the collection. If I go into a collection, let me pick this one, and then there are different products within. And when you go into a product, you see the magic of what Pixel.ai does. On the left side, you see the images. These are the images that are sent to us. So basically, in order for Pixel to generate data, we literally need only the images from the brands. And then from these images, all the data that you see here is being automatically generated by our AI. And that is what is the category? As I said, the category is the most important first point, and then all the attributes that are associated with this category, like what is the dress type, tube dress in this case, what is the collar type, the sleeve length that is strapless, the skirt type that is bodycon skirt, skirt length, midi, what colors are there. Then the color type, horizontal. The color types are usually different types of colors that can be there. The pattern, horizontal stripe, what is the material, the gender, and so on. What is the style, occasion, inspiration, what season can be worn. And then from all these tags, what you see here is that automatically generate the description. And the description can be in different formats. This is also something that we can customize the AI to do. Do you want a short paragraph followed by bullet points, or also per description we can have different types of descriptions, or do you want that to be just a complete paragraph? So that can be done, and then also the title, we generate the title. The title also follows a specific rules, so we can optimize the AI to follow the specific rules of the brand. And then what is also really nice is that, for example, you can, if you change here some of the attributes, for example, if this is, if you don't think that it's navy but maybe it's black, and then you save the changes, and then what you can do is regenerate here, for example, the title, and then it will regenerate taking into account the new colors that you've changed. So as you saw now, I regenerated, and then it generated new title. And then at the end, what you see here is the optimized site search text. This is what I mentioned, Anna, the metadata that is connected with the on-site search engine, or with Google, which has a lot more detailed, or two keywords, more long tail keywords that help with search and optimization.
Yes.
So this is for one product. Then basically you can, if I save the changes, then you can go to the next product, or I can go back. I'll save changes again, and then yeah. So this product has been successfully updated. What you can see here also, we have, yes, go back, save the changes. Now it's not going
Yeah.
back.
We have one question that I think it's good to answer here from Nina. Thank you, Nina, for the question. It's, does Pixel work with second-hand or user-generated product photos?
Oh yes, that's a great question. Yes, we do. So when I mentioned that we have optimized our AI to work with different types of apparel, basically we have also optimized our the AI to work with different types of images, and that is, for example, it can be a very nice and a professional photo studio type of imagery with good lighting, and with models wearing them, but also we can process and analyze images coming from secondhand. We work with clients like Depopia, Thrifted, so different type of secondhand marketplaces, where actually you even have images when teenager lay their dress on the bed, and a photo taken with a mobile camera. And then our AI can analyze that image as well, recognize the dress as well, can recognize all the attributes, so it can work with different types of imagery.
Yes, thank you. Great.
Yes. So yeah, what I wanted to say, like once I save the item, what you can do here is you can basically export the collection in a different format, JSON, CSV, Excel, that you can download and input into your PIM system, into your ERP system, and we can customize how the export can look like. We also, via an API, can connect with different systems. Here, as an example, you see Shopify Global Merchant Valvolia, but we can connect with any PIM system, any ERP that you already have, and then basically automatically pull and push data. So basically, it's quite straightforward. On the home screen, you can see a lot of analytics of how many products are processed, how many images, how many data points are assigned, and then you can also see here, track, okay, in a way, what is the accuracy of the AI, and how many products the user has intervened with, added, changed, and how many were correct. So in this case, in these collections, basically only 6 data points were changed, which means that the accuracy was 98%. And then we have a settings page where there's different type of settings for different solutions. So for example, here for the description, you can see how you can optimize the description, what tags you want excluded. For example, a lot of brands say we want the same product description to be across different colors, so they don't have to have multiple descriptions. So you exclude the colors, you don't mention navy or black, because they're different varieties, and then different tone of voice, and then the description instructions, like, okay, for example, avoid starting every description with the word elevate, and 3 bullet points. So these kind of rules, and there are different settings for the different products. So in a nutshell, that's it. In order to get to upload collections, here there's also different ways. You can create an empty collection. Let me just type in test, collection here. When you create that one, you can go in here and add products one by one, even by image upload, or you can do CSV or JSON. Or what you can do is directly upload a CSV or JSON from your ERP system, and this again can be also customized, and then or import directly from some of the direct integrations via API like Shopify, Go, Merchant, Algolia, or any PIM or ERP that we do an integration for you. So in a nutshell, that's it. Maybe I can quickly show another product. I showed a dress, maybe this jacket. You can also see different types of products, product attributes here. The jacket, puffer, notch color. So you see, it's different type of attributes that are here, and the description and optimized site search tags. If I go back maybe to a collection, I want to show one feature that is widely we released it a few months ago, and now it's widely used across our clients. That is the color variance. So basically, as I just mentioned, that there can be one product, but there are different variants of the same product, and then what we do actually, we can lock mutual tags here. So basically the tags like the dress type, the neckline type, collar type, those are all attributes that are in a way the same for each of the variants, but for example the colors might differ, and depending on the brand, we also can inherit the same titles and descriptions for different color variants. And yeah, maybe good to also mention that here we have like verified toggle. So in a way, you can verify the complete product once you have scanned through it, and then you can save the changes. So in a nutshell, that's it.
Yes.
I hope it's clear. Feel free to pose some questions, and I'm happy to answer.
And I think this flexibility is key. The e-commerce teams have full control over their data, the structure, the tone of voice, and everything. But still, the AI does the repetitive manual work and lets the team focus on more important or creative tasks. And still, they have full control over everything, and they can verify everything. Yes, I think we have a couple of questions here from the audience that we can answer now. We have one question. Can you use custom company-specific tags?
Yes, that's a great question, and this goes back to the taxonomy conversation we just had. So yes, we can use custom company tags. So basically, the company or whether it's a brand, retailer, marketplace, we know that everybody has different types of tags, different taxonomy. So we can take those tags and customize the AI to return the data points for those kind of tags. So what we've seen is that different clients use different wording, even for the colors, right? Somebody calls it navy, somebody calls it midnight blue. So it, depending on the client and how you want it, the tags to be more artistic or not, and also the type of tags. Like, do you want inspiration? Do you want era added? So this kind of custom tags per company, per brand, we can take in, customize, and basically what I just showed you now on the demo. When you log in, you will see your tags there with drop downs that you can change and edit.
Yes. I think we sparked a lot of interest here for our audience. I think we should answer the questions now. How does Pixel handle edge cases or niche product categories where visual or textual cues are inconsistent?
Okay, so if I understand the question right, so when there's an inconsistency in terms of the data or in terms of the product or the accuracy of the tags, can you read it again, answer?
How does Pixel handle edge cases or niche product categories where visual or textual cues are inconsistent?
Okay, so more detailed or niche product categories, we do capture in a way that we again adjust the taxonomy to capture those categories which are niche. In terms of details, again, as I said, we have trained an AI that can deeply understand fashion, and what we see is that sometimes these niche or sometimes detailed attributes can overlap with other attributes. For example, if there is a style, we see that the style can be created in a combination with multiple attributes. Or if there's some details like pockets, we do have a lot of detailed attributes like whether there's pockets, buttons, any types of jewelry on the clothing. So all these details we can capture. So in a way, the consistency that we see as a problem among the brands actually with AI is fixed, because when there are different people typing in very niche and detailed, let's say, attributes that can be also subjective, we see that when there are multiple people typing this type of attributes, because they are subjective and they can be understood in a different way, then there is more inconsistency than whether if we instruct the AI to capture these details and attributes or these niche categories in a way that it should, we define it together with their client, then it stays consistent. So basically, having AI doing all the work across all the products brings more consistency than where there are multiple humans involved. I hope I answered your question. If I didn't understand well, please type your question or some question again.
Thank you, Svetlana. And we have two questions that are kind of related. How long does it take to implement Pixel AI in an existing workflow? And what's the typical timeline to go live with Pixel AI's product tagging?
So we had different cases. We had clients that have implemented us in 2 days, literally. Their developers sit down and connected the API, and everything was working in 2 days. And we had clients when they have more complex systems like your PIM system, and the data has to flow across multiple systems, then it can take weeks. And what we've seen is that the technical implementation usually is the easier part, that you can upload the CSV or connect via an API. But what we put a lot of emphasis and effort with the Pixel as a team is getting the data right. And I think that's what really sets us apart from all the competitors. And we see a lot of product enrichment now with ChatGPT and LLMs. But what sets us apart is that we really work with the brands, with the retailers, as an extensive AI support team to get the data right, to get the taxonomy right in the format that the company needs, to get the titles and the description in the tone of voice, in the structure that they need. So basically, in the implementation phase, we spend more time working with their content writers, with their e-commerce teams, with their buyers, on how can we get the data right. And this usually takes between 2 weeks, around 2 weeks or up to a month, that we get really the AI trained for the data to be right as a first go. And then, of course, the clients use the platform with the shared feedback. We do ongoing support of improving the data continuously.
Yes, and with Pixel, you're not just getting a tool, you're getting a team that will be with you along the way, which is really important for first time use cases of AI.
And we can understand there's a lot of buzz around AI, and with the brands and retailers we talk with, they just don't know where to start, right? So okay, there's a push, we need to use AI, but how to use it for a specific purpose. And in a way with Pixel, they are getting an extensive team and extensive support that can continuously help them improve with their efficiency, with their time to market, improving the data, and ultimately improving sales conversions.
And they need to learn to trust the AI, that it will not replace them, but be an really helpful extension and or even a colleague in their team. Okay, before we continue, one more question. What size catalog is Pixel best suited for?
Yes, it's also a great question. And then we work with different size of catalogs, and that's the great thing about our platform is that we have optimized both for quality and also for quantity. So we have clients that have 1,000 products in a year, and we also have clients that we are processing 4 million products in a month. So basically, and for all of them, we actually generate data in seconds. So basically, we can process very large catalogs with very high throughput, as well as, of course, small catalogs.
Yes, and this is a real benefit of Pixel. It's scalable, it grows with your team and with your business. Okay, while you were talking, we got one more question. If a product image has multiple garments, in example, t-shirt, jacket, and jeans, how does it understand what's the actual product to be tagged is?
It's a great question. Very comes to sales calls as well. So what we when we work with brands and retailers, what we ask them is to send us multiple images per product. Because when there's multiple images, usually it's between 3 and 6 up to 8. What we see is that we have trained the AI to understand from all these images what is the primary product that is being sold. Because usually there's a model, as our viewer said, that can wear shoes, pants, a shirt, jewelry, and we can detect every product that is on the image. So if the clients want, we can return data for every single product on the image. But what is usually the case is that only one of these products is being sold. So that we have this image with the model, but then on the second, or the third, or the fourth image, actually there is more zoom in on the shirt if the shirt is being sold. There is zoom in on the shoulders of the shirt. There is a pack shot image of the shirt. So basically, when you take multiple images of one product, we have trained our AI to understand which is the primary product and to return the data for that product only that you can see here.
Yeah. Perfect. On that note, let's continue and tie it more to the real use cases and results we have seen with our clients. I think that's really important for our audience to hear.
Of course. So in terms of real results, it is connected also with the challenges. So I would group them in multiple points. The first point is about time and efficiency. So when you leave the AI to do all the work, you can upload a collection at the end of your workday. You leave the AI work, and then in the morning you come and everything is there. So basically, in terms of time and efficiency, AI can work very fast, can generate all these data points that you see in seconds. It can then translate all these data points in seconds. So basically, you have rich data generated very fast. So the first point is time saving efficiency. With the clients that we work with, we see that their efficiency boost goes is around 80 to 90%. So basically, can you imagine if you were spending, I don't know, 100 days in a year on this, then you spend only 10 days. So the efficiency boost, we've seen 80 to 90%. In terms of time to go live and go to market, of course, there are multiple things that are included here, multiple tasks, but we have cut the time in half in terms of going live to market with all the preparations that you need to do around the product. And then, very importantly, we have seen boosted conversion in sales. So on the specific e-commerce or for B2B platform, because sometimes we work with the wholesale teams, we've seen between 8 to 12% boost in conversion when there is a richer data points associated. And for brands and retailers that are also selling their products on external marketplaces, so with one client we measured, we saw amazing results that their sales on the marketplace went up from 2.5% to 20%, because on the marketplaces you're fighting for visibility, and when you're brand, and if you're not if you're just sending the basic data points that the marketplace asks, then you will fight for visibility when somebody searches for something. But when you add in a lot of rich data points in the description as metadata, then your visibility on the search engine of the marketplace also goes up. So I would group the benefits in 2 points: the efficiency, time saved, and the team being more engaged and effective. And then the second part is in terms of improving discovery, improving search, and ultimately conversion and sales.
Yeah, and as part of the Pixel team, it's really rewarding to see these results, because this is what we're working for, and we're always happy when our clients have good results. Okay, before we wrap up, we have one additional question from Zorana. Also, what's the one thing you wish more people knew about visual AI for fashion?
Question. Okay, let me think for a moment. So I think the one thing that we want when somebody thinks about visual AI for fashion is to think about that AI can now really see. It can see as the way that we see. For example, if I look at an image of a dress, I my well, from seeing a lot of dresses and knowing all the details, I understand as a person. I understand the colors. I can understand what kind of dress is that. Now, what I want everybody to know is that AI has came to a level that can also understand and sees the way that we humans see. And when AI is trained to, and in our case, we have trained AI specifically to see and understand fashion because everybody's talking about artificial general intelligence. But just as humans, we all specialize in different things. Our AI has specialized in understanding and seeing images and visual cues for fashion. So having specialized visual AI is also super, super important to get the most value out of it.
Yes, perfect. Thank you. I don't see any more questions. Of course, if you have some additional questions, please drop them in the chat. But before we wrap up, I want to quickly recap and share what some next steps you can take if this sparks some ideas for your team. Today, we talked about broken product data and how it affects your e-commerce store's performance, from filtering the search to ultimately lost sales and conversions. We looked into how AI can fix those issues, and we saw a live demo of our Pixyle.ai platform and how it looks inside of it. And so, if you want to go to market faster, improve your product discovery on your site, or finally get rid of the manual processes in your team, let's talk. We're always open to a conversation and to walk you through our platform in more detail, or maybe more customized for your use case or your business. So message me or Svetlana directly, or feel free to book a free call on our website Pixyle.ai. Svetlana, thank you very much for answering all of the questions. I don't see any more questions from the audience, so thank you all for joining and engaging in today's session. Uh, Stay assured that we're just getting started. More hands-on sessions like this are coming soon. Stay tuned for more updates. And yes, thank you very much once again, and see you soon. Bye.